Welcome, friends. Today I want to share a story with you about the importance of never comparing yourself to others. This story takes us back to an ancient Zen garden where a wise master and his students learned a valuable lesson. In an ancient Zen garden, there lived an old Zen master named Master Ryo and his two students, named Takeshi and Kaito. One day, Master Ryo gathered them under a tall oak tree for a lesson. There was also a young man called Hiro sitting under the same oak tree. He had been troubled, constantly comparing himself to others. In that moment, Master Ryo said to his two students, "Listen closely, my students. I want to tell you a story about this oak tree and the bamboo tree beside it." Takeshi asked, "But Master, what can these trees teach us?" Kaito added, "I am curious to hear, Master." Master Ryo continued, "Long ago, this oak tree stood proud and strong, much like Takeshi here. It was admired for its strength and majesty, always thinking it was the greatest. The oak tree thought, 'I am the mightiest tree in this garden. No one can compare to me.' Master Ryo then spoke of the bamboo tree. Meanwhile, the bamboo was humble and flexible, swaying gently with the wind. It never sought to compare itself to the oak or any other tree. The bamboo whispered, 'I embrace my own nature. I am resilient and adaptable.' One stormy night, a fierce wind swept through the garden. The oak, with its rigid branches, struggled against the powerful gusts. Despite its strength, the oak eventually broke, under the relentless force of the storm. The next morning, the garden was in disarray. The mighty oak tree lay broken on the ground, but amidst the chaos, the bamboo stood tall, having bent with the wind and survived after the storm. Humbled, the oak tree looked at the bamboo tree and asked, 'Bamboo, how did you survive in the storm when I, with all my strength, could not?' The bamboo tree replied gently, 'I do not compare myself with others. I embrace my own nature. I am flexible and adaptable. When the wind blows, I bend. When it stops, I stand tall again. True strength lies not in rigidness, but in knowing and embracing yourself.' The lesson was clear. Each being in the garden had its own strengths and purpose. The oak tree learned that comparing itself to others only brought suffering. From that day on, the oak tree embraced its own nature and stood tall, not in comparison, but in harmony with all. Back in the present, a young man named Hiro sat under the same oak tree, deep in thought. He had been troubled, constantly comparing himself to others. But after hearing this story, Hiro opened his eyes, a new understanding blossoming within him. Hiro realized, "I understand now. I need to stop comparing myself to others and embrace my own journey." And so Hiro left the garden, carrying the wisdom of the Zen master and the story of the oak tree and the bamboo tree with him, ready to live a life of harmony and self-acceptance. Remember, friends, in the garden of life, never compare yourself with others. Embrace your own journey, for it is uniquely yours. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this story meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Smart Wisdom, for more inspirational stories and life lessons.